All right. Yeah, I'll give a little bit of a warning about it being recorded then.
Yeah, I will put it also in the chat so people will be.
Great. Let me share my screen while we're at it. There we go. Hello, David. Thanks for joining early. We'll start in a couple of minutes. Hi, Shubham.
Hi, Madhvi.
Hello. Thanks for joining the call.
Hey.
We'll start momentarily.
Yeah, everything is good. I'm in Montreal and it's super cool here. How about you?
Good. Yeah, things are good here. I'm based in Toronto. Alex is based in Montreal.
Hello. How are you doing, Shubham?
Hey.
So everybody's arriving. Hello, Ahmed. Hello, David.
Hello.
Welcome.
Good. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, it was great seeing you.
Yes.
How's everything?
Yeah, everything's good. Yeah. Cooperathon's a bit different this year, so it's nice that you're here again to kind of listen to what has changed.
Yeah, so we have some new things to share with you. So very eager to do it. But
yes.
Madhavi is the master.
This is actually my first time. Davi, I used to be in DMZ, so that's how.
Yes, I knew I remembered your name, but I wasn't sure if you were a part of an expert for the Cooperathon at one point. Were you not?
DMZ, I was in DMZ. I think you were in DMZ too, right?
Yeah, no, for sure I was.
Yeah. I was part of DMZ with my company, so.
Okay, awesome. Well, glad you made your way to the Cooperathon then. Hi, George. Hello. Okay, it's 12:01, folks. I'm going to give just a couple, maybe one more minute for people to join, just so I can capture people before I start. So Alex has put in the chat an important note. So this session will be recorded for the folks that will not be able to make it from 12 to 1 today. So if you do not prefer to be on camera, then you can close your camera. And then I will be ending this when we start the Q&A and we just have a discussion with each other. I'll end the recording, and then you can pop back on camera if you'd like. But it's up to you.
Thank you, Madhavi. So people are joining. Yes, great.
Okay, yeah. Okay, people are coming in at a steady flow now, so I feel a bit more confident to go now. The people that'll join later, they should get caught up. So yeah, I'm gonna take it away now. Thank you everyone for joining the Cooperathon information session. This is our first one for the year, one of a couple of more we'll have before the start of the Cooperathon journey. So however you guys found your way here, I am very happy. I know we reached out to a lot of universities. We did a lot of LinkedIn promotion. Some of you we have met in the innovation ecosystem. So I'm glad you found your way here. So I want to tell you a little bit about Cooperathon for those of you who don't know what it is. So Cooperathon is a collaborative platform for the creation of ambitious entrepreneurs. We leverage science, technology, and data for a positive impact on society. So I want to highlight the word collaborative here because Cooperathon is powered by Desjardins. So the team that works on Cooperathon are a team of Desjardins, but we collaborate actively with innovation hubs all across Canada, as well as other really great organizations that help to create our ambitious entrepreneurs. So that those are our training experts, those are our mentors, the people that create the structure of the Cooperathon. So it's really a collaborative effort in order to help early stage entrepreneurs. So let's move on to what Cooperathon actually looks like. So there are 3 stages of the Cooperathon, and I want to put the most attention here into the team formation stage, which is the stage that we are in right now from January to April. So team formation phase is really the bread and butter of the Cooperathon. So this is what we're most proud of and what we feel like Cooperathon really puts into the entrepreneurship ecosystem, because we feel that Cooperathon is really an expert when it comes to creating really solid teams. So in order to join the Cooperathon, you'll see later under, when I talk about eligibility, you don't need to come into Cooperathon with an idea. You just want to be, maybe you're interested in entrepreneurship, maybe you want to be part of something innovative, you want to be a solution seeker, you want to solve problems. So what we do is we get together people with ideas, with people who have the talent, and we allow them to mix and mingle, kind of like speed dating, but for the innovation community, to get together and solve challenges and come together to find solutions for those challenges. So that team formation moment happens between January and April. And by April, we ask that teams are created, that teams have identified which challenge they want to undertake, and they have a solution they want to pursue. So that is the main portion of, or what mainly the team formation is all about. And then secondly, we have what's called the training workshops and selection process. So that happens between May and June. So the folks that enter Cooperathon, they get the opportunity to go through really cool training workshops that introduce them to entrepreneurship. So we really try to focus on data and technology here. So we have some workshops on AI, how to leverage data in your solution, things like that. And then by the 26th of May, we have what's called like an application submission. So you have the opportunity to submit your conceptual prototype that you created with your team throughout these workshops that you have. And from that submission, we shortlist a couple of folks to do a pitch competition. And there will be a pitch competition for each challenge that is addressed. And I'll go into all the challenges later. And the awards are pretty great. There is a grand prize winning pool of at minimum $25K, and a bunch of other prizes that you can also win as an entrepreneur as well. So I'll go into what that looks like. And then there will be an award ceremony, which is held in person in Montreal. That will happen in mid-July. So this is the only in-person activity that is set in stone for Cooperathon. But from team formation to pitch competition, everything can be conducted online. We will have some in-person moments here and there, but it is not mandatory part of the journey because we like to keep this as pan-Canadian and accessible as possible. So yeah, that's the journey. By the way, if you have any questions while I'm talking and you want to address them right away, Alex will be able to answer your questions in the chat. So, feel free to drop some questions there. Okay. So the next thing I want to go through is our 7 challenges. So I talked about addressing challenges in the previous slide, but what are they? So this year we've come up with 7 challenge buckets that we're asking people to, kind of try to find a solution within. So I will go through each of the challenges, but just note that there's a larger description of these challenges on our website as well, if you want to take a look. But just at a glance, the challenges that we're addressing are prosperous cities, so how to innovate for sustainable and urban living. We have a healthy future, so this is really where a lot of health tech solutions can arise from. And also patient care, we have a lot of those that we know are going to come in as well. Challenge 3, smart food system. So we're looking for a lot of sustainable agri-food technology startups here. And then challenge 4, manufacturing the future. So industry 4.0 in Canada. Then we have solution. Actually, before I go into the next 3, we call challenge 5, 6, and 7 transversal challenges because you can very well be a prosperous cities team that addresses also AI and impact. So, you know, you can get more than just one challenge here going. But just to give you a description of these 3, the tech AI solution is just essentially you're using data science and AI in your solution. And then we have challenge 6, which is impact. Are you positively impacting the society with your solution? And then challenge 7 is low tech. So we're thinking of solutions here that don't have a lot of technology. Like, for example, maybe we have a lot of health startups that kind of go into this category. They've developed maybe like a sling that is made for ergonomic use that doesn't necessarily use technology, but it is manufactured in a way where it can help people be more productive while having a cast on their hand. That could be like an example of low tech. So yeah, here are the 7 challenges of Cooperathon. Again, you can find a greater description of each of the challenges on our website right now. Okay, so now I want to go into our who is a participant, who can be a participant, eligibility, things like that. So a participant of Cooperathon is a Canadian citizen, or you have legal status to reside in Canada, and 18 years of age or older at the time of registration. So if you are a Canadian citizen that currently lives abroad, you can still enter the Cooperathon. That's what I wanted to also mention. And this challenge is for anybody who is an aspiring entrepreneur with or without an idea and up to a conceptual prototype. So you can come into this journey with absolutely nothing but ambition to continue on with the journey, or you can even come with a solid idea of something you want to pursue. And you have to have up to a conceptual prototype. So we're not necessarily looking for a functional prototype, but I'll get into, the little asterisks at the end about that. But we're looking for a conceptual prototype at the time of registration. If you do have a functional prototype, you're allowed to join the Cooperathon if you meet these 3 conditions. The first one is it has been developed within the framework of a university research team or program. Second, has never been a subject of market analysis. And third, does not have a strong or established team ready to commit to the project for the long term. It's not a budding startup yet. You wouldn't call it a startup at this point. So that's a condition if you enter the Cooperathon with a working prototype. But the majority of what we accept are conceptual prototypes. And another very important thing to note is Cooperathon is absolutely free. Like I mentioned, we want to make it as accessible as possible. So we're giving Cooperathon free of charge for anybody who wants to join. Thanks, folks. Let me just check the chat. I see some questions here, so that's good. Okay, now I want to go through Global. So Global is a unique digital collaborative platform to experience Cooperathon. So it's Cooperathon's very own platform. And what it's used for, it's really used for the entirety of the journey, but you will be able to search for projects or profiles, communicate with other participants, access the activity calendar, receive communication from the Cooperathon team all in one platform. So remember I spoke about that team formation phase that's happening from January to April. So even in that phase, global is really helpful. So when you actually register for the Cooperathon, registering for the Cooperathon is super easy. It takes probably less than 2 minutes. You create your global profile. All you have to do then is kind of just update your personal data on the global profile, and you kind of mention if you're looking for a team, if you have an idea. You can search for other participants of the Cooperathon using global. So it's a really good way to virtually kind of see if there's anyone you want to collaborate with, instead of going to like a mixology event or one of our entrepreneur speed dating events. So this is a really good platform to use throughout all of the Cooperathon journey, because even in the workshop phase and the even the pitches as well, you're going to get communication from the Cooperathon team. So all that communication is going to come through global. So if you want to be in the know, global is the place to be. So that is a global platform. I added this slide because a lot of people ask what the time commitment looks like for Cooperathon, which is a very understandable question here. So we've designed Cooperathon in order to be flexible and accessible for those who are either currently a full-time working professional or a student. So we try to make the workshops at a time where we think people are able to log off work or log off school and have some time to come to our workshops. But along with that, workshops are not considered mandatory, so you don't have to attend them to actually be part of the Cooperathon journey, but it is highly recommended. Our workshops happen every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday with a maximum of 4 hours per week. And there is also some time commitment you have to understand that comes with building your conceptual prototype with your team as well. But that is on your own personal time, and that's under your discretion. So for you folks, that could be 1 hour, that can be more than that throughout the week. And then lastly, if you can't, for whatever reason, attend the workshops, but you really want to, all workshops will be recorded and uploaded onto the global platform. So that's another use for using global as well. So yeah, that's what the time commitment looks like for Cooperathon. And last but not least, before we get into a more, broader discussion, answering questions, I just wanted to go through some of our frequently asked questions here. And the first one is how to register for the Cooperathon. So I added this link here. I'm going to send you this deck so you have it on hand after this meeting. But you can register for the Cooperathon at cooperathon.ca. And like I mentioned, it is a very easy process. It can take you less than 2 minutes to do. And there is a registration form that's in French, and there's a registration form that's in English as well. Number 2 is there a maximum amount of team members? Yes, there is. To be considered a team for the Cooperathon, you have to have at least minimum 2 people and maximum 7 people. So that's really important to consider. Number 3, what is the amount of Cooperathon prize money? So I'm going to go back to the challenges that we have above here so I can properly articulate this for you folks. But we have a prize for every single challenge here. So there are 7 prizes in total for all the challenges. And at minimum, each prize winner is going to receive $5,000 at minimum. So we're continuously growing this pool of money because we're having other collaborators join Cooperathon. And so that's why we say at minimum, you'll get $5,000 in cash prize, but there's also a grand prize. So that means regardless of your challenge category, you'll if you're selected, shortlisted, you will get the chance to pitch for our grand prize. And that is at minimum $25,000. So again, this pool is continuously building. So you will receive at minimum $25,000 in cash for that prize, which is really great. That means a team can win a challenge prize of 5K and a grand prize of 25K, total of 30K is a possibility. So yeah, that's how the prizes work for the Cooperathon. Next, can I find a description of each challenge somewhere? So like I mentioned, you can find each of the challenge descriptions on cooperathon.ca. And last but not least, will there be in-person moments in the Cooperathon journey? So yes, we're actively creating moments, in-person moments for participants that are located in the Montreal or Greater Montreal area and the Toronto, Greater Toronto area. We have some in-person mixology moments. We call the mixology moments. These are the moments that we get together people with ideas and people with talent. So this is a great way to meet people that you might be interested in entering the Cooperathon with as a team. As I mentioned, we're looking to create in-person moments there, but we're also going to host online moments as well. And the award ceremony will definitely be held in person in Montreal. So that's a really fun activity to look forward to. Our prize ceremonies are always done very, very well. And we invite anyone who participates to Cooperathon to join. Yeah, so there we go. I just kind of went over our frequently asked questions over here, but I know that there's going to be other questions. So I know a couple of people have put some questions in the chat, so I'll let Alex take care of some of them, but any questions anyone wants to unmute and ask for everybody here?
Just before that, Madhavi, hello everybody. So my name is Alex. So welcome. We're very, very glad that you're here. And I just want to make a comment about the maximum amount of team members. So as you can see, we have a minimum amount and a maximum amount. So the minimum is 2. And I'm detailing this because in the past, some of our participants bring a project and they want to work on it by themselves. So it is not possible because, in a way, Cooperathon comes from cooperation. So in order to cooperate, you need at least 2 parts. So one person and another person. So that's why it's 2 members minimum. So you can always, if you have an idea, you can always network. Today, for example, you can network. I was telling TTA in the chat that you can start networking today with the people attending. So if you have some keywords from your project, if you have a project to present, or if you are a talent looking to join a team, you can also say, hey, I'm an expert on this, I have this background, etc., etc. So just you can kind of introduce yourself in a way. So, but first, as Madhavi said, let's go through some questions, and by the end of those, we can have a couple of minutes just to maybe, if you like, to introduce yourself, just to maybe talk a little bit about your what you're working on, not necessarily like pitching something, just like I'm trying to finish Hunger in the World or something like that, or I'm a person that has this kind of background and psychology or engineering or something. So just bear with us. At the end, we can have a couple of minutes for that. So now back to you, Madhavi. I will be answering questions in the chat, so please feel free to ask them. But Madhavi will be really, really glad to answer in real time with her beautiful voice today. Thanks.
Thanks, Alex. Yes, feel free to unmute, or if you can raise your hand. I'm not sure if that's possible. Oh, perfect. Yeah, Parandeep.
Yes, hello, Madhavi, and thanks, Alex, for that brief introduction. I may have missed a couple of minutes in the beginning. I wanted to understand what is the timeline on this?
Yeah, good question. And maybe some other people missed this too, so I'll just quickly go over it. So Paramdeep, this is what the timeline looks like. So the actual journey for Cooperathon itself, the training workshops, it starts in May, but I mentioned earlier that the team formation moment is really the bread and butter of Cooperathon, because this is where you form your team, you find the challenge that you're passionate about and a solution to tackle with that team. So that is currently happening between January and April. So by April, you are to have created your team and know which challenge that you're addressing and how you want to go about it. May and June is the workshops and selection process. And then July is your pitch. We already have the dates of the pitch ready. And this pitch will be conducted online. And then the award ceremony is in July.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Ahmed?
Sorry, I may have missed it as well. So the minimum is 2 members per team.
Yes.
And the 2 members have to be connected within this platform. It cannot, like, because I already have a team of 2.
Yeah.
I cannot come in with my team, right?
Sorry, you mean you can't come in with your team?
So I have, like, we are a team of 2. We already have a product and we're already working on it.
Yeah.
Can we apply as a team, or do we have to cooperate with someone within this platform?
Oh, no, you both can apply individually and qualify for the Cooperathon as long as you meet the other requirements. But team-wise, that's perfectly fine. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe just to add a little comment on that, Ahmed. Yes, just as Madhavi said, if you already have a team, that's great. Just please keep in mind that each member of your team needs to register for Cooperathon. Okay, so that way, once you are registered in our collaboration platform, you will be able to create your project within the platform. Okay, so that way, us, the Cooperathon team, will have an overview of everybody that is participating and the kind of projects that are participating. So it's really important. If somebody else have a team already, or you're already thinking about people outside this session that might join you in your project, it's really, really important to have everybody register to Cooperathon. Okay, so you can have as many people like helping you, but it is important to keep in mind that it's at least 2 and maximum 7. Okay, there will be a time when you will be submitting your project, as Madhavi said, by the mid-journey, you will be submitting the project, and there's where you will be deciding who are the up to 7 official members of your team. Okay, so but anyway, you can also get help from people from elsewhere if they're like just helping you for a couple of hours maybe, and they don't need to register. But if it will be part of your team, like for the whole journey of Cooperathon, they need to register.
Perfect. Thanks, Alex, for the clarification. I see some other hands. I just want to make a note to the chat. There's some folks that are already starting. They're looking for members, so definitely take a look at the chat. Maybe something appeals to you. Okay, so another question, Bharat?
Thanks, Madhavi and Alex, again, for this informative session. I joined a bit late, so maybe I missed this, but I'm just a very quick question on the evaluation part. So, I mean, so there is this pipeline. So, you have shown those timelines and all good. But in terms of, hopefully, there's a team which fits the price. And after that, how are you going to evaluate? Because I mean, the thing is, these challenges are huge challenges, right? The ones the ones that you mentioned. So, like after the event, how are you going to evaluate, okay, whether the team has done that progress? Just I was curious about that, Madhavi. I hope I put the question to you properly.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to make sure I answer it correctly. So are you asking how are we going to evaluate the teams that won to ensure that they have continued on with their projects, or the folks that are pre-selected to pitch? What?
Meaning, so for example, say if it's a VC fund, then they provide a funding, and after that there'll be some milestones. Okay, you have to do this by this time, that by that time. So basically, award ceremony. So some team wins the prize. How are you going to then like follow up? Like, whether they are meeting the goals was the question that I had. Yeah.
Got it. Okay, I totally see where you're coming from. So once you do win the prizes, there isn't a condition to the prizes where you have to meet certain milestones. However, we will not just leave the winners high and dry. After the Cooperathon, Desjardins has a couple of amazing services that we can also help push you through. So we have what's called La Foundry, which is a service for entrepreneurs. And in the past, we have linked the winners of Cooperathon to La Foundry, and they have amazing program leads and experts that'll help you identify what's next for you folks. What are your milestones in the next 4 or 5 months, and how can we help to achieve them? And a bit more detail about what the post-Cooperathon journey will look like will come out closer to April. So you'll have a better idea about that. But it doesn't end with the award ceremony. There will be, help from the Cooperathon afterwards as well.
Thanks for Madhavi.
Yeah, any more questions?
And
yes,
during the pitch competition, do we get access to investors? Like the networking, will it be different for the post program?
So will you get access to investors? So I'll address that first question. You won't get specific access to investors during the Cooperathon journey. You might very well be connected because there will be investors that participate, for example, as a judge in your jury for one of the challenges or for the grand prize challenge. There will be investors present at the Cooperathon award ceremony that we can connect you to, but there won't be a formal introduction through Cooperathon. It's more so we can get the right people together in the room. And then again, post Cooperathon, we are setting up what the structure looks like for the winner. So that could be a possibility, but at this moment, there isn't a direct path to an investor from Cooperathon. It's more of a, we can get you in the same room with some really great people that might be able to help you. Yeah, next question. I hope that answered you, Ahmed.
There's Hung Nguyen that has a question.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah.
Sorry if I missed that, but is that the global platform is to be used to form teams, like for those who haven't got a team yet, right?
Yeah, it's one of the ways that you can form teams. So there's 2 ways, well, maybe even 3. So we do what's called mixology moments. These are the moments, either virtual or in person, where we get people together who have ideas and people who have the talent, and we allow them to mix and mingle and talk about what challenge they want to pursue, what kind of solutions and ideas they have. So those events will definitely be happening, which will allow you to help you form a team or join a team. But global is also a way for you to do that, because just similar to LinkedIn, where you have a picture that says I'm hiring or I'm looking for work, global will highlight that A, you're looking for a team, or B, you're looking for members. So you already have a team established, but you're looking for more members. So it's another way for you to find people, because it's a big search engine within the Cooperathon program for you to find other participants. You can even search for specific, categories of interest. Like if you're looking for someone who's a specialist in AI, you can specifically filter people that are specializing in that and have registered for the Cooperathon. So it's a nice platform that way.
Exactly. Just let me just add something to that. So as Madhavi said, global will let you to meet people. So you can browse the profiles, you can browse the projects. And what it is important to notice is that we love people having initiative. What I mean about this is that don't wait only for the activities that we will be creating to mingle people, to do the mixology. Yes, we will have some of them between, as Madhavi said, from January until April, different moments to get to know people, to get to know the projects, and so that you can get people on board for your solution, to help you for your solution, etc. But anyway, if you already register into Global, if you're already a participant, Global is for you. So just get the most out of it. You can contact people directly. You can, as I said, you can browse the project, you can browse the profiles of people. So it's, yes, it's beautiful that you are attending our activities either online or on site, but also Global is for you. And you have resources there, you have the calendar, but the most important is that you are creating a community and you can find the people that will push your product or your solution forward. So please feel free to be there any time of the day, trying to contact people. People will answer you, etc. So that's why we created that tool for you.
Thanks, Alex. Yeah, 100% agree. Please also take some initiative as well. Global is a really good platform for you to do that, reaching out to people that you think may be of interest.
Also, it is important just to notice that once you are into Global, once you created your profile, you're already a participant. So it is important to complete your profile. Once you're registered, you will be getting an email with the next steps. Next steps are just completing your profile. What is completing your profile? Well, if you would like, you can add your photo so people can add a face to you. You will be, you can just put your skills, your knowledge, your experience. You put a bio or somewhere. You can share documents if you want as well. So it is important so people can know you and can find you. The most up-to-date and the most complete your profile is, it will be easier for everybody else.
Thank you, Alex. Yes, very important to complete that profile on Global. All right, next question.
I have a question here from David that says that I hope there's a clear mechanism by which you remove the few who claim to be building something new during the Cooperathon while they're faking it because they're already built in advance. Okay, this is a very interesting topic. Okay, so Cooperathon, yes, the ideal journey of Cooperathon is people getting together and build something from zero. That's like the beautiful part of Cooperathon, that people get together, they get to know each other. Somebody has an idea, somebody else is like, hey, I love your idea, I want to help, and they will mingle, they will create their team, and they will build something together from zero, and maybe they will be winners by the end. That's like the ideal and most beautiful journey of all. But people can also have something that been working on and developing before, okay? And they will be bringing that to Cooperathon. As Madhavi said before, there are some criteria in order to let those kind of projects get into Cooperathon. So just make sure to read the rules to make sure that your project meet these criteria so you can participate in Cooperathon. And it doesn't mean that these projects are ahead of you, okay? Because they've been working on them for a while. Consider as well that some people have already participated in previous editions of Cooperathon, and they come back because they want to perfect, they want to go further in their developing this solution. So they come back, they meet new people, they meet new experts, they meet new maybe mentors, and they start like perfectioning their pitch, etc. So they're coming back, and it's a project that it's been taking a while. They're like taking it like real slow in their lives, but they are developing through several editions of Cooperathon. So that may be the case as well. So David, just please be assured that if people follow the rules, everything should be fine. Okay. So I encourage you to go to read the rules, to get to know them. So you can. I will be sharing the links in a couple of minutes to the rules, and also if you want to get some information, if you're not already registered as like receiving the newsletter or insider news, etc. So I will be just sharing some links for you with information about the journey. Any other questions?
Yes, Rebecca.
Well, I can kind of add a comment to that. I joined Cooperathon, I think, in 2020 and maybe 2021. I can't remember. And I was just really at the idea phase. And I've been working on it on my own for the last 4 years. And I'm finally patent pending. But what I was hoping to join with Cooperathon was to meet, like I'm still just at the lab prototype phase. And sorry, what I do is I make bioplastics from food. And I was actually hoping to meet industry partners or manufacturing partners that could actually help me create commercial prototypes so that I could start selling or market demand. And so unfortunately, I'm in deep tech. So you can't compare me to software where it's like, oh, you already have everything, you're ready to go and test. No, I only have like prototype materials like foam, bandage packings, right? Paper alternatives, but they're just lab samples and there's no value until it's a commercial product. And so I don't know, would I still be considered commercial already, or ready or not ready? It's like, all I know is that I just have kitchen samples. You know, I basically mixed it in my kitchen.
Yeah, no, that's a really good question. I think other people might have that same question as well. We specifically say working prototype for that reason. So if you are a little bit more advanced than a conceptual prototype, you have some of the like materials ready, but you haven't kind of got it together in a working prototype, you haven't gone commercial with it, this is still considered new. There are like criteria even for a functional prototype that we have that still is permissible. So you can absolutely still join the Cooperathon journey with what you have. And it might just be you let us know what you're working with, and we will do a deeper look to see if this is something that it is Cooperathon ready or not. And there could be other solutions that kind of are in the same place. So we understand that sometimes you may not necessarily fit into this bucket, but for you, Rebecca, you mentioned you don't have a functioning prototype yet. So at first glance, I think this is something that's permissible. But you and I can take this conversation offline and see if it's something that you can continue with. Yeah. Okay. You know what? There might be more questions, but I do want to bring it to, oh, actually, one second, folks. There are some takeaways here I want to show you. Okay, perfect.
Oh, we have a very young participant with TTA. Great.
Awesome. Okay, so I wanted to show you these 3 next steps. Hello. All right, folks. So we ask you after this call, share it to your network. If there's anyone you think that might be interested in joining Cooperathon, maybe they'd be interested in our next information session, which should be happening again in February, probably later February. We'll make a note of that soon on our LinkedIn. And then stay tuned for more events to come. So I mentioned there's going to be those mixology moments. So we're definitely going to have a lot of those coming up. So stay tuned. The best way to stay tuned is actually to register for the Cooperathon. So I added the link to register in the chat, and I'll also email everyone here the link as well. And someone asked, how do you get access to Global? So when you register, which takes 2 minutes, you make your Global profile. That's how you get access to Global. So Global is the best way to stay informed because, as I mentioned, that's where we send all the communication. So if you want to stay up to date with the calendar of events, exactly when and where they're going to happen, then I would recommend you just take those 2 minutes to register for the Cooperathon. Okay.
Thank you,
Cool.
Madhavi. I just, if you let me just add something. So yeah, this is really important. Cooperathon is a community as well. So if you have people in your network, in your entourage that you think may be interested in participating in Cooperathon or working with you even, just talk to them about Cooperathon, invite them to the next info session, let them go through the website, cooperathon.ca. So this is about people, okay? And it is people that creates Cooperathon and that creates the journey and create the experience. So the more, the merrier. So please feel free to talk about Cooperathon in your network. And if you think maybe it is not for you today or this time, this edition 2025, but maybe you think about some other person, friend, uncle, aunt, I don't know, grandparent that would be willing to start their entrepreneurial journey. So 2025 would be the year to do so. So don't hesitate and just spread the word. Thank you.
Thanks, folks. Okay, I don't see any more questions. We do have a couple of more minutes though. So if you have any more, feel free to, ask your questions. If you want to stay on the call just to hear all the questions and be part of the discussion, you're more than welcome to. Okay. All right, folks, I don't see any more. So Alex, any more in the chat that you see that we should address?
Sorry, I have a last question. I'm just looking at 2024, and I see that KPMG and Montreal New Tech, there was operations, and they were called partners. What does partner mean?
Yeah, great question. So in the past, the Cooperathon was structured a bit differently, but they were considered so Montreal New Tech is considered a partner of Cooperathon because they were the ones that really amplified our voice. So Desjardins then being, a cooperative financial institution, we may not have the best connections to the innovative ecosystem, just like the way that a DMZ, for example, or a other incubator would. And so Montreal New Tech is super connected within the ecosystem in Montreal. So they're the folks that really helped orchestrate a lot of the, team formation moments, a lot of the info sessions, got the right people in the same room. And we will still be working with Montreal New Tech for the team formation moments this year as well. So that's very exciting. That's how we were partnered with that incubator. We're also partnered on a community partnership level with a lot of other innovation hubs in Ontario and in Quebec. Currently, for this year, we just haven't made our official announcements of those partners yet. And as far as KPMG goes, we also do partner with a lot of corporate partners because these challenges over here, some corporate sponsors sponsor them. They're called open innovation partners. So for example, I'll name the Port of Quebec was a sponsor last year for a different version of Cooperathon. We called it Cooperathon Beta. And they brought out a challenge for Cooperathon participants to address, and that challenge was how to reduce noise pollution in the port areas. And Cooperathon participants came up with solutions for this challenge. So they were running their own challenge themselves. Last year, KPMG had their own challenge. So that's a way that corporate sponsors can also partake in the Cooperathon, and we will be announcing those sponsors quite soon. So you might see that under some of the challenges, there will be a corporate sponsor that has like a specific challenge for people to address. But that information is coming out very soon.
I just want to mention that, thank you, David. I love what you wrote answering to Sky. So yeah, that's definitely one of the things we encourage as well.
Okay, folks, we have 10 minutes left, so I don't think we have any more questions. What I'll do now, I'll take the time to give you folks this deck so you have it on hand. We will send you a link to the registration. Our next event is happening very soon. It's our first team formation event. So we'll put out the date and the time and where it's happening on Global. So I highly suggest that you take a few moments to register so that you stay in the know. And then also, if you aren't already, you should follow us on LinkedIn, because we'll also be sharing some information there as well.
Yeah, don't forget, if mainly we publish on LinkedIn, but we also share information on Facebook, Instagram. So just feel free to go and follow us. So just check that, and you will have like all the information that you need. Obviously, once you register, you will be receiving all the information you need about the new meetings, new info sessions, when everything will be happening. But if you're not ready, you can follow us as well, and you can just sign up for our Insider News. So Insider News is a kind of a newsletter, but it is a focus only on giving you information about Cooperathon 2025, because we have another newsletter that we talk about innovation in general. So, but if you are interested in getting more about Cooperathon and getting to know it, just feel free to sign up to that newsletter. I will be sharing the links by the end. And there's one more question, Madhavi. We have a couple of minutes. There's Sky that was asking about blending two challenges. Okay, so if you want to go about that, Madhavi, I think she means about addressing a challenge, one of the four first challenges, and then like having a transversal challenge that can be joined to that one. So if you can just go further on that again.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think a lot of people have that same question, because you can definitely put a solution into more than one bucket. Let me share my screen. So yes, you can absolutely do that. We expect you to do that as well. So you can be a prosperous cities solution and integrate tech and AI impact all in one. So during the time you register your idea and you submit your prototype, we'll ask you what challenge you think is that you're kind of putting your solution in a bucket. But in the past, we've asked, what's your first choice, second choice, and third choice? Because we understand that you can have more than one bucket to fall under. So you're more than welcome to pick more than one challenge to go under, but at the end of the day, you will be pitching for one challenge and you'll be pitching for your top choice, most likely. If we see that you're if there's a chance that we see you are actually a better fit for another category, we'll let you know, but that is a discussion that's quite rare. I think your category is the best.
Just one little detail here, as Madhavi mentioned. So yes, we encourage you to work in your project and maybe addressing as well your solution as a tech or artificial intelligence solution, or an impact solution, or a log tech solution that is joined, that is linked to your main challenge. That would be like prosperous cities or healthy future or smart food systems or the manufacturing in the future. What we do not encourage is like trying to work in several challenges at the same time. What I mean is that you have a project or a solution in prosperous cities, and then you are working as well in a solution in smart food systems. Okay, so you're dividing your time between two projects, and that is not good for either of them. Okay, so if you have to pick one, that would be the best. Okay, just think about where are you best, and you know about that, and you will be like focusing on that to get the most out of your project, to get the most out of your solution, and to get the most out of the training and all the help we will be giving you throughout the journey. So that being said, yes, pick a challenge, one of the four, and then you will see that naturally some of the transversal challenges, tech AI, impact, and low tech, will be linked to that one. So, and I think it is best. We've seen in the past some teams that try to tackle several challenges at the same time, and they're not succeeding in that because they are dividing their time. So they're mixing things up, etc. So try to focus on one, but you're free to, if you want to tackle the four of them, please do so. But we do not encourage that. So I think it's an advice that we would like to put on the table today.
Yeah, that's a good point, Alex. Thank you.
We have a couple of minutes, Madavid. Maybe if somebody wants to jump in, just to say something, if they want to address the audience today, like, hey, my name is whatever, and I'm a professional on this, and I have experience on that. So could be a nice. We can have those couple of minutes just before ending the session, and we can just like kind of start networking right now, and just go to global and connect. George.
Hi, Alex. Are we presenting ourselves today, or is that where it's voluntary? And I have to do it quick now.
We have a couple of minutes, so